Right here is where the pit is, where it says dump 1. And I go in there, and there's a stoplight. It tells me where I'm supposed to stop, and then they'll open the gravity dumps, and the grain will go down. I was raised on a farm, and then when I graduated from college, I began a career at Marathon Petroleum, but still never got the farming out of my blood. And so I would come home whenever I could to help Dad with the farm. And then when it got to the point where he couldn't do it anymore and he turned it over to us kids, it was just like I knew what to do because I've done it all my life. Chris is the father of my 4 grandchildren. We had a good conversation a couple weeks ago because he has a desire to be the next generation, to take over, because this harvest is the 96th harvest that a Livingston has harvested of this land. So I always enjoy harvest. When I'm delivering that grain to the elevator and I'm saying goodbye to it, I wonder, who's it gonna feed? It gives you a good feeling to know that you are feeding people. If you're not feeding people, you're feeding animals that are gonna feed people. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this gathering and this beautiful harvest weather you've given us. We thank you for giving us the opportunity to show this nice group of people what farm life is like. Just about 3 years ago, my wife and I set up an FFA fund within the Community Foundation. And I figured it would take 10, 15 years before it would ever start paying out. And I got the call here a couple weeks ago that just after 3 years, one of the local schools is going to get a check for $1,000 just from the income from our fund. So the foundation is just a great organization, and it's great that when you give a gift, it's going to live forever. It's going to live forever. Some of the grain from this field, when it gets delivered, I will be giving it to the foundation. They receive the grain, they sell the grain to get cash, and then they'll put it in whatever fund I ask for it to be put in. So the gift of grain is actually, you're giving grain. You're giving a part of your bountiful harvest away. But that's just what a combine does. A combine, it's just like it has a brain. It separates the good and the bad. 20 years ago, we had about this much of the corn off, and our combine caught on fire and was destroyed. And my dad said, how are we gonna harvest the rest of the field? I said, I don't know. That very next day, I look out the window and I saw these semi trucks lining up along this road and combines coming down the road. And it was our neighbors. And at one point, there was 7 combines in this field shelling our corn, because that's what we're here on earth to do. We're here to help have a good life and to help other people have a better life.